G'day everyone, my name is Rorz, your favourite Looksmaxxer from down under, and today me and my Mogdog Cloud are going to be discussing exactly how to get crystal clear, perfect skin. Any words on that? Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. You know what? We'll start off with that one. Now, Moggy obviously isn't an idiot. He has a level of intelligence that knows no bounds. So I will dumb it down for you, my viewers, so you can understand even a fraction of his intelligence. Step 1 is to fix your gut health and shower consistently. Now, this one should be an obvious one, but it realistically is just the root cause of every single problem that you have going on with your skin initially. Your gut health and how much you are showering is going to be the culprit behind why your skin is the way it is initially. But thankfully, this is something you actually can change. Trying to avoid as much processed foods as possible while sticking to an organic diet, not only will it clear up your skin, but it'll also give you a lot less brain fog and you'll have a lot more energy throughout the day. But continuing with skin, because that's why you clicked on the video in the first place. Not showering regularly and consuming a lot of processed greasy foods within your diet essentially is going to cause an overactive production of oil, causing your face to look red and inflamed. My advice to you, the viewer, is stick to a diet of mostly food. What? Is to stick to a diet that consists of mostly meat, fruit, and vegetables. Because a lot of the carbohydrate-filled meals you're consuming will cause your insulin to spike very heavily, which can have a pretty drastic effect on your skin.
Woohoo! I'm an average American.
Also, not to mention, excess caffeine intake can be very bad for you. And the reason for this is because too much caffeine can raise cortisol levels, making it easier for you to be stressed. And as you all know, stress causes pimples. And the reason why it causes pimples, once again, is due to an overproduction of sebum, which ends up clogging your pores and making you look inflamed once again. Now, if you're someone who's done all the above steps and you're still looking for a further fix, some great supplements that you can use. Number 1 is milk thistle, which is going to assist your liver in detoxifying your body, reducing anything that may have shown up in your face otherwise. This will be the same for a zinc and copper complex. Also, consuming green tea can be a very good antioxidant. Now, as for when you should be showering and how often, personally, I will start with a cold shower at the start of the day. The reason I have a cold shower in the morning is because it's always good to start off with something uncomfortable at the start of your day, because in comparison, it's going to make everything else seem very easy. And back to cortisol levels, it will release a healthy amount of cortisol, because best believe your body needs to expel cortisol in some way, so why not do it in a healthy way such as a cold shower. Now, also depending on where you live, your shower may contain some harmful toxins. Realistically, this is just like a last resort. It's pretty similar to installing a reverse osmosis water filter within your house. It's just making sure any harmful toxins aren't entering your skin or being applied on your skin. But luckily, these shower filters are pretty easy to install and also fairly cheap. Now, moving on to the next step, this is going to be mainly for the people who are having pretty bad skin troubles, as did I. If none of the above steps work, I now grant you permission to move on to Accutane. Now, personally, this is something that I have gone through and I was very hesitant to go through initially due to the exceeding amount of propaganda that was listed online. Now, don't get me wrong, anything that can literally dry out your skin in capsule form is not exactly going to be healthy for your liver. But as you can see, it worked wonders for my skin and it may work for you as well. So essentially, all it does is dry out your sebaceous glands in your skin, causing you to have a benefited appearance. It'll also increase your skin turnover rate, which essentially means your skin is working overtime to get rid of all that gunk and push it to the skin surface, essentially expelling the bad bacteria. And that's probably going to be the worst negative side effect for Accutane, is the purging phase. Now, I remember going through this stage a bit over a year ago now, and my god, was I fucking depressed. I literally looked like a walker straight out of The Walking Dead, because unfortunately, when you have a purging phase, it gets worse before it gets better. But if you are going through the purging phase currently, or you are scared of it, my best advice is to stay with it, because you'll regret it if you get off of it, because everyone has to push through that phase. Now, if you're confused as to what Accutane actually is, essentially it's the big boy version of retinol. A higher strength version of retinol is tretinoin, and essentially Accutane is oral isotretinoin, so you're supplementing it in capsule form. Now, personally, I was on Accutane for about 12 months. It definitely dried out my skin, but it tremendously boosted the amount of collagen I had and my skin's appearance. For me personally, I believe it was worth it, but I have to say it is quite controversial, and if you don't want to ingest something that you're not 100% certain on, chances are your acne will probably settle down by the age of 22 to 25 anyways. So if you're willing to stick through it, I highly recommend that. Now, once you finish Accutane on uninstalled League of Legends, the microneedling phase is all about perfecting the skin's appearance, because chances are, from not showering all the time, your skin's appearance is going to be a little bit messed up. For the people who get those cheek rolling scars, I fucking pray for you, those are terrible. But it is possible to eventually remove them with microneedling. Now, there are two ways to do this, and that is the rich and poor person version. The rich way is by acquiring a Derminator 2. It is quite expensive, but is definitely the safest and most effective way to microneedle on the market. And for the record, I'm not sponsored, I'm just telling telling you the truth. And when literally needling your face, to be honest, I prefer to go with the more expensive option. But if you don't really care, you can simply just pick up a $15 one from Jeff Bezos. Like I said, microneedling is essentially just going to be rectifying your skin's appearance once you've already finished getting rid of the acne and you just want to get rid of those acne scars. And for the record, never use derma rollers. Derma rolling will cause micro tearing within your skin, and I highly recommend avoiding them. Now, once you have finished perfecting your skin's appearance, we will be moving on to the second last step, and that is improving the skin tone within your face. If you're someone who's, say, African or Indian heritage, you can probably skip this step, as it's really only useful for people with lighter skin tones. But this is personally what I have been through. As you can probably tell, I don't season my food. So the first thing I did was start utilizing beta carotene. Essentially, beta carotene is a derivative of carrots, and if you actually overdose on this stuff, you can actually look like Donald Trump. I'm only joking, of course. You can actually give your skin a more orange hue. Don't worry about looking too orange. It's just going to be a very slight undertone, but it can make you look a lot healthier. And scientifically, a beta carotene glow has been proven to be more attractive. Now, bear in mind,
I'm not a doctor,
but what I did personally was a loading phase of 4 capsules, that being 4,000 IU over the course of 30 days, and then maintaining that with 1 to 2 capsules per day then on out. Similarly to creatine, it'll probably take a while to build up within your system, but you'll definitely start noticing it soon enough. Now moving on to my next point, which is quite controversial, but if you're a white guy that can barely tan, this shit is a fucking godsend, and that is melanotan 2. So as an example, if you guys don't know, I'm pretty much a full-blooded Celtic, that being Scottish and Irish, and as you may know up there, they are very, very white. But fortunately enough, melanotan actually gives me the ability to tan, and having this living in Australia is like obtaining the fucking Rinnegan. This shit would literally allow my redheaded mother to tan. That's how good it is. And as you can see, melanotan 2 has had a massive effect on my skin's appearance, going from more of a whitish pink to a golden sort of orange hue, which in my opinion looks a lot more attractive. But with that being said, if you have dark hair such as me, definitely don't go overboard with this. Now I'm already hearing countless quotes in the comment section, oh but Rorz, why don't you use fake tan? And you get skin cancer. As a matter of fact, melanotan 2 will actually protect against skin cancer, as you actually have to get less sunlight using this. And fake tan looks like shit. Not only does fake tan look like shit, the entire process behind utilizing it is doubly shit. When I used to apply it, over the course of 3 days, I'd change races. All I can say is that there's a good reason why all the girls in high school smell like shit, is because you cannot fake tan if you shower consistently. The shit will come off just like that. Now here comes the tricky situation. What if I actually was born in a country like Ireland? Where the fuck is the sunlight? I heard stories from my mother that this place literally gets dark at like 3 p.m. Well, I guess there is an option, but it's probably not a good idea. But that is the use of tanning beds. Essentially, the use of tanning beds are going to gigadose you with UVA and UVB rays, but mostly UVA. And this is going to cause your skin to tan, but it is also the main type of UV that is going to cause your skin to get cancer. So if you do go ahead with this, my advice to you is use it very minimally and don't abuse it like Patrick Bateman did back in the 90s. Now moving on to the final step. This quite literally is going to be perfecting your skin's appearance once you have already completed the prior steps, and that's going to be this skincare routine. And trust me, I've learned the hard way from a lot of these things. But quickly for some context, and so I can brag for a minute, essentially me and my girlfriend were approached in the shopping center and basically scouted by a modeling agency. This, after me autistically watching PSL God edits, quickly had me obsessing over my skin's appearance, which caused me to excessively wash my face. And this dried out my face too much, leading to my skin having to produce even more oil than there was before, leading to even more acne. So learn from me and try not to overwash your face. Believe it or not, your skin actually needs a certain amount of oil, so you don't look like Crocodile Dundee or your decomposing grandma. Now for the actual routine, you should always employ a gentle cleanser for your shower and find a routine that helps you maintain clear skin and don't change it otherwise. Also, before buying any products, you could download a scanning app such as Yuka that will show you if there's any harmful chemicals in any of the stuff you buy. Personally, I'm currently using Korean skincare. That's an anti-acne toner along with a hydrating serum before I go to bed. Now bear in mind, this is not why I have good skin, but it definitely helps maintain its consistency. Always remember, it's what you put into your body, not what you put onto it. Wait. Also, if you're in your mid-20s and you want to negate age maxing, definitely employ the use of sunscreen. Trust me, you want to grip onto as much collagen as you possibly can. Just look at Gandhi, he'll tell you. Bro got collagen error 404. So a summary for the skincare routine, utilizing some form of shower cleanser, a non-harmful toner, which trust me is actually probably going to be beneficial, since I will use a toner after I shower and there is still dirt that will come off, even after I've just rinsed my face with water. And finally, a moisturizer. Although a moisturizer probably won't be needed if you do have naturally oily skin, as I once did. Thanks guys for tuning into this video. I hope some of my tips could help you on your Looksmaxxing journey. Always remember, mug your past self, or is eating my shoelaces. What do you say? Muggy? What do you say? That's correct.